What's really good? It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the Boxing Clinic and more. We back on the boxing grind. You dig? One time for the one time. Shout out to everybody on that boxing grind. You dig? And Bob Arum says if Orlando Salido wins his next fight, which is this Saturday, versus somebody, it was supposed to be against Miguel Burch, and the WBC president said it was HBO's fault why that fight with Miguel Burch and Salido didn't happen. Once I crack that article down and read it, I'll talk about it. But he says after that, Lomachenko fights this Saturday. They going head up with ESPN and HBO versus Rigondeaux. You know where my viewership would be at ESPN with Lomachenko, Rigondeaux. Been wanting this fight for a long time. And hopefully it lives up to the bill and it fills the void that we all been waiting for. But, if Lomachenko gets past Rigondeaux when Salido passes his opponent, Bob Arum wants the rematch with Lomachenko and Salido. He wants Lomachenko to advance that loss. He said that's the first fight we're going to look for if both guys get the victory. He said, I don't think Salido is that anxious to rematch Lomachenko, which I agree. But he said if he accepts the offer, they're going to make the fight. If he rejects it, they're going to look at some other opponents, and it's that simple. I'll link the article in the description. My thought on it is, if the money right, I think Salido will jump in there. I think it's definitely another fight. It's a good follow-up from a Rigondeaux fight. He closing one chapter of Rigondeaux with riff-raff and yip-yapping and rapping and all that crap they've been doing back and forth with each other for years, mostly Rigondeaux. He closed that chapter. He closed this chapter. I mean, ain't shit nobody can tell him. He beat the guy that everybody wanted to see fighting Rigondeaux. Then he beat the guy that beat him in Salido. So, I mean, he closing chapters, and he continuing a new life in boxing after he closed both of these chapters. And then everybody can put the respect on his name if he gets the 2 victories, which I believe he will get both of their victories fairly easy in my opinion. But that's just my opinion right there. And Salido just want that bag, One thing about it is Salido would, HBO would want him to fight Miguel Burch. And that's up to him. It's either Burch or Lomachenko. And he's probably going to pick Burch on HBO because the money might not be as much as it is on ESPN, but I think he's just happy and content with walking away from Lomachenko. And Lomachenko said, a few months ago we talked about it. He said, I really don't care if I fight Salido again. You see the way his career went, you see the way my career went. Everybody know I'm the better fighter. Basically, he said that. But Bob want him to advance that loss so people can stop talking about it. And I think deep down, Salido wants to advance that loss. Lomachenko wants to advance that loss. But it's going to ultimately be up to Salido. He's going to have his pick of world title fights. He could fight Burch and take the WBC belt and come back and fight Lomachenko or fight Tank Davis once or Tevin Farmer, whatever happens between Tank and Tevin Farmer. So he in a good position, dog, Salido. He really is to make some money. If I was him personally, I'll fight Burch. It depends who bring the most money because Burch is a tough fighter to fight for Salido. And so is Lomachenko. Of course, Lomachenko is a better fighter in everybody's opinion. But, if he think he could beat Burch and get a title and then do the unification title with Lomachenko, that's a lot more money. Or he could fight Tank and make some money or Tevin. So he's in a good position being an older fighter with the right style. And he's with the right network. And Bob Arum got to pay up for him to come over to ESPN and fight Lomachenko. But that's a fight that I would love to see. And Lomachenko not taking no... He not half-stepping after the Rigondeaux fight. He's just going forward, and I love it. But